No one wakes up planning to become someone they despise. Ethan believed that deeply. He had proof of it, or so he thought. He was dependable, measured, the kind of man people trusted with responsibility because he did not take shortcuts. He followed rules not because he feared punishment, but because structure made sense to him. That belief carried him far. When he was promoted to department head, colleagues congratulated him with the same phrase. "You deserve this," Ethan agreed. He had worked long hours, avoided office politics, and stayed out of questionable deals. His record was clean, his conscience clearer. The pressure arrived quietly. Budgets tightened, targets increased. Leadership began speaking in softer language that meant harder expectations. Be flexible. Think creatively. Do what you need to do. Ethan still believed lines were fixed until the email arrived. A minor adjustment. That was how it was framed, reclassifying numbers to smooth out an end-of-quarter report. Nothing illegal, they assured him. Just presentation. Just timing. He stared at the screen longer than necessary. It would help the team, protect jobs, keep leadership satisfied, and technically, the numbers would balance eventually. He approved it. That night, he told himself it was nothing. A one-time decision made under pressure, necessary, temporary, but something shifted. Not dramatically, not enough to cause alarm, just enough to make the next compromise feel less foreign. Weeks later, another request came, slightly larger, slightly less defensible. Ethan hesitated again, but the hesitation was shorter this time. The reasons came faster. Everyone does it. This is how systems actually work. Integrity does not pay salaries. He stopped mentioning his discomfort. At home, Ethan became quieter, not withdrawn, but guarded. His wife noticed the change in his tone before she noticed the longer hours. Conversations felt edited, answers carefully chosen. "Everything okay at work?" she asked once. "Busy," he replied. It was true, just incomplete. The first time Ethan crossed a line knowingly, he felt it immediately. A tightening in his chest, a flicker of awareness that could still stop him. He ignored it. Soon people began coming directly to him, not for guidance but for permission. He had become someone who could make problems disappear. He told himself he was managing chaos. What he was really doing was becoming comfortable with power. When a junior staff member questioned a report, Ethan corrected him sharply, publicly. It surprised them both. Authority came easily now, like a language he had always known. That night, sleep refused to come. Not from guilt exactly, from calculation, from running scenarios, from planning explanations that might never be needed. The man who once valued rest now valued control. The moment Ethan realized something was wrong came during applause. Leadership praised his results, commended his decisiveness, highlighted his ability to navigate complexity. He smiled, accepted it, felt nothing. On the drive home, he tried to remember the last decision he made without justification attached to it. He could not. The line had not disappeared. He had simply stepped so far beyond it that turning back felt unrealistic. And that frightened him more than any consequence ever could. Power rarely announces its price up front. It sends invoices later. The investigation did not begin with Ethan. That was the irony. It started elsewhere. Another department, another manager. But the questions moved quickly, and when they reached his office, the tone changed. Documents were requested, explanations required, timelines examined. Ethan had answers for everything. He always had. That was his strength. But answers built on compromise do not age well. Each explanation required another layer of protection. He noticed the shift in how people looked at him. Cautious now, measuring distance. The trust he once earned had transformed into uncertainty. At home, silence grew heavier. His wife stopped asking questions. That frightened him more than confrontation would have. Silence was no longer peaceful. It was observant. When the call finally came, it was brief. Administrative leave. Pending review. Ethan sat in his car long after the engine was off. For the first time in years, there was nothing to manage. No decision to make. No outcome to influence. Only reflection. He replayed the beginning, the first email, the first justification. the moment he chose comfort over clarity. He understood then what no warning had ever explained properly. Corruption does not begin with greed. It begins with rationalization. Ethan was not arrested. He was not publicly disgraced. His story did not end in spectacle. It ended in limitation. His reputation became conditional. His options narrowed. Doors that once opened easily now required explanation. Trust, once automatic, became negotiable. At home, the distance he created finally required acknowledgement. "I don't recognize you anymore," his wife said one evening, not angrily, with resignation. He had no defense, only recognition. The hardest part was not losing status. It was realizing how easily he had traded parts of himself without noticing. Years later, Ethan would tell his story quietly, not as a warning meant to scare, but as one meant to clarify. You do not lose yourself all at once. You lease pieces of your integrity until ownership becomes unclear. He never claimed innocence. He claimed responsibility, and that was the beginning of something else. Not redemption, awareness.